Around four types of panels. The first one is what is called a Form 1 enclosure. This goes into more of automation type of panels. Then we have what is called the power control center, where you have an ACB vertical and an MCCB vertical. Now the beauty is that these verticals, these power distribution panels have been typed all these 6 range of switchgear. So the customer has a lot of choice. And then what we have displayed here is our draw motor control centers, which has a door close technology. That's the latest technology in drought panels, and that's something we are introducing at this Elecrama exhibition. Well, the key considerations are that number one is, when you go into the background of why do people prefer drought panels. So people prefer drought panels in kind of process industries, critical industries, where if a starter is not going to be available for even a few seconds, it's going to be a problem for entire machinery to run. So if there is a problem with this particular starter, what we do is we just pull this out and then we have another spare which is ready. We put it back inside, and therefore the process gets continuous. So that is the whole technology behind a drought motor control center. When we go into big projects, normally you have the end client and then you have the specifier, and each one of them come with different ideas at different points of time, and then you have a third dimension of the client requirement also keeping on changing. So that is the beauty of the modular system, where suppose in the initial stages you have 2 10 HP starters, and then there's a last minute change, and then the customer wants 120 HP starter, which is a bigger one. In a welded panel, there's nothing he can do about it. Whereas in our modular design, you can remove this crossbar, you can change the door, and you can make it into a 20 HP starter feeder without any increase in real estate. And also it can be done at site, these changes. That is the flexibility of modular system. Also, a feature which you may be interested to know is that all our doors are reversible. Right to left, left to right. You can put the hinges this side, you can put the lock latch that side, the door can be reversed. So particularly when you have a cable alloy like this at this end, and then it's opening like this, but suppose there's a wall here, and therefore you want to open it this way, you can reverse it. In a welded design panel, all that will not be possible. Basically, you have the software which helps in promoting the product that much more. Why software? Number one, we need speed, and number two, we need transparency in pricing. Now, this software, which is called the Modsim software, we have the features, advantages and benefits of it clearly listed out here. So customer, we give them a username and password, and the software is on the cloud. So anyone would be able to download the software and actually work on it and get his estimation out. From this system, we are now also having another system where with the catalog numbers of each mechanical product, we can give the development drawings which can be loaded into the CNC machine directly. The next investment which is going to come to this is that we will also be able to give the customers the busbar development drawings as well as the layout of the switchboard as what it looks inside. And then the fourth expansion to that would be that we add the electrical switchgear also, so that the entire estimation is not just mechanical but it's also electrical. So we are working in this direction, and we believe that this software is going to be the very foundation of our business, so that we are able to scale the entire switchboard business across geography. We have drawn a lot of inspiration from foreign brands. I've visited a number of countries and been inspired by the modular technology. And even in India, I have visited all the biggest of big panel building companies in India. Drawn a lot of inspiration in terms of what really works for them, and then got onto the drawing board. And in the year 2000, we introduced the modular technology for our own switchboard business. And then when it became successful, we said, why not share the idea with the world? And that's how Modutech was born. So for that, let's understand how the system has been operating so far. So if you look at it as in a welded panel, when you weld, at that weld joint, normally there is a tendency for air to get trapped inside. And that is where the corrosion starts. The moment you avoid welding and get into a modular design, number one, you're already 10 steps ahead in terms of anti-corrosion properties and therefore long life expectancy. efficiency. The second aspect is the choice of metals which you use. We have gone in for alu-zinc, which is a metal which is a alloy of aluminum and zinc, and it has 22% better corrosion resistant property than a CRCA steel sheet which is powder coated. So we are the first people, to the best of my knowledge, in India to introduce alu-zinc into low voltage switchboards. So end of day, it's also about how well you engineer a product, and all our panels are manufactured on CNC machines. So I would imagine that this 20 years what you're talking about can easily double itself, and there is always the maintenance factor also which comes into play. I would say that my association with EPR has been really heartwarming, because EPR has given me a platform to reach out to many people across India as well as the world, thanks to your digital copy. I feel that it's a very good service which your company is doing. I really wish you all the very best.